What is it, bud? Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Let me know if the audio works and stuff like that, because there's a lot of things that have changed. Lots and lots and lots of things. Sweet. Yeah, really the biggest issue was OBS, because I wasn't really sure what all of these things mean. Show you what I'm talking about. These little I don't know, volume. There's like one for the headphones and one for the speaker, and the speakers should all be off. And you guys, I got a piece of hair on my nose. You guys should, I hear you, bud. You guys should only be hearing what I hear out of my headphones, which is this right here. This is the only speaker. But anyway, I couldn't figure out, do I mute all the headphones or do I mute all the speakers? Because OBS changed everything. But anyway, it doesn't matter. As long as you can hear everything, good to go. So, there's my camera. I didn't even know where to fucking look. I'm so used to looking at this direction. And, okay, there's the camera right there. Milo is hitting everything with his tail. I'm gonna have to get him out of here. But anyway, today is, we're gonna do some channel reviews later. First we gotta do the VIP long form reviews, so we're gonna get to those. We can hear you, John. Sweet. Have I ever considered streaming like when I'm in my bedroom? No, I've not, because that is my time to be with my family. I mean, I could do it, but I don't intend to. There we go. I had to make sure my highlights are there. Give me 1 second. I gotta make sure Milo isn't doing something bad. Ready to go out? Okay, maybe if he just sits right there, everything will be cool. I really do. I need a motion. Like, I just want to make sure he doesn't like find a thumbtack or something. You know what I mean? Like, I move so many things around, and the play buttons are held up by thumbtacks, and like I never know. Basically, here's something that happened. It was July 4th 2 years ago when we first got them in. Here's how we got the cats. Originally, we got Milo and Mose, and that's the orange one and the black one. And we got them as kittens, babies, that I forget how, but their mother was like taken from them, and they needed to nurse. Like, they were that young. And so we got them at that age, and it was like 6 hours away, 5, 6 hours away, deep into the hills of Kentucky, like really deep into Kentucky. And if you're driving from Cincinnati 5 hours into Kentucky, you know it's very far into Kentucky. And it's not even that it's the distance, it's that the hills are like this. And my wife gets motion sickness, and so it was bad. But anyway, it's a piece of cardboard. But anyway, We pick them up, and there's like a big litter of like 6 or so, and we could only take 2, so we picked the 2 that were. We knew that we were going to get an orange one because there was only one orange one, and like I'm so glad we did. And then Mose was the one that greeted us immediately, like when we walked up to their van, which we met at like this really random kind of hickish high school. And you could tell that there wasn't a Walmart within 80 to 100 miles of the place. It was like the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. And so we pull up to this random school because the people are afraid that we're weirdos. We just drove like 6 hours to get these cats, and we could be weirdos. But anyway, like totally valid. Either way, we met on the internet. And so we drive there. We pick him up. Mose sticks his head out immediately, and I'm like, yeah, that one. And the funny thing was, I was feeling that. I didn't say it out loud. My wife said, we should get him. But he was a her. It was what we thought. We thought he was a her. And so he was like, he was baby girl there for a while until we took him to the vet and found out. So anyway, we get him back home, and we have to nurse them with like the little baby bottle formulas, whatever. I can't remember. Oh yeah, like 1 year, or that following July, that was in like February. That following July, I make the cat's toys sometimes, and I didn't think this through, but I used some string to make one of the toys, and everything was fine for a while. And then I set it down, and I went and grabbed something, and I came back, and Milo had eaten most of that string. And like he was mid swallow, and I saw that the string was bitten off, and I didn't know if he would like bit the string into pieces or whatever. And so we go to emergency hospital, because at the time all vets are closed. So we get to an emergency hospital, animal hospital, and I have never been more fucking angry in my life. That I've never wanted to hit a stranger that I wasn't actively fighting. And so this lady doctor, veterinarian, I don't know what you would call her, because she was like the animal hospital lady. She was explaining the procedure of how to make them sick, because they couldn't see it or anything. And she took like 10 to 15 minutes to explain the whole procedure of how they make them sick and stuff like that. And I'm like seething angry, like, just fucking do it. Go do it. The more you sit here and talk to me, the more he's going to digest the string, and there's going to be less of a chance it gets out. But no, she wanted to take her time explaining that process, and I've never been more angry in my life. But anyway, they make him sick, and he doesn't throw it up. And so we had 2 options. Either we do the surgery, or we just hope it passes. And what we did was we stayed up all night. We got back home, we stayed up all night. We stayed up most of the night the following day, just to make sure that he didn't act weird, because the moment he acted weird, we would have immediately gone and done the surgery. But no, he passed it, and he passed like little pieces of string. Like he had clearly chewed off bits that wouldn't cause intestinal issues. And so like the biggest issue with cats and string is if they swallow it, it gets caught somewhere or tugs, and then like the whole string pulls and tightens around their intestines, and it's a big mess. And so yeah, that was like the big risk. But I had a straight up mental breakdown. Like as I was driving back home, and I'm like in silence, and there's like tears pouring down my face, and my wife was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yep." Everything that just happened in the past hour is like all finally hitting me. Now that like he's back with us and he's safe, like I have never, that was like the worst day of my life. And I've had some pretty fucked up situations, but for some reason that one hit me hard. And yeah, that was the only big issue that we've ever had with the cats. Just that one, and that was before we ever got the other 2. And then Monty followed the next year. And then Malcolm, she saw him at PetSmart, and that was it. So anyway, I don't know how I ended up getting on that topic. I just don't want him to swallow anything on accident. So yeah, I'm very paranoid especially around him. Like I don't want anything to happen to him. Okay, let's see here. Let's bring up the VIP long forms, and then we'll get to the channel reviews. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. I don't even know what's... Okay, yeah, we're good. All right. Okay, he's fine. All right, review number 1. Spidey Steve. Stop the music, and then I'm going to hit record. That way you guys can watch it later. All right, Spidey Steve, how to participate. I'll bring it up later. Right now, nobody knows. But I promise I will tell you. Okay, so this is channel link to content. Okay. I'm trying to transition to original content, so if you want to take a look at my last few uploads, packaging as a whole, as opposed to just one video, if you check my popular tab, you'll see I do know what will get views. I just prefer not to make that anymore. So are you doing like a total niche switch, or just like you don't want to make a certain format?
Earlier today, I stumbled across a video from a channel with almost no...
Can you guys hear that? I just want to make sure. Make sure all is good. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks. How is it quiet? I don't understand how this keeps happening.
Video with no views.
Sorry, give me a sec.
Called Weird Nether Glitch.
Interesting. Maybe that's why.
MP4, and for some reason this caught my attention, and boy am I glad, because when I clicked...
How's that? Cool, cool.
Earlier today, I stumbled across a video from a channel with almost no subscribers, a video with no views, called Weird Nether Glitch.mp4, and for some reason this caught my attention, and boy am I glad, because when I clicked...
I'm assuming that's like really awesome for my... I'm like, okay, what happened? But I'm assuming for Minecrafters, that's like, whoa, what is this?
Was crazy and definitely cannot happen in normal Minecraft, so I had to try this out for myself. So apparently if we dig around the bedrock just like this, I'm gonna try to make it look somewhat...
I gotta tell you, even though I don't play, I'm into this, man.
Like it did in the
This is pretty
picture. It was
cool.
almost like a crater here. I'm kind of preparing to be disappointed here a little bit. I honestly don't think anything's gonna happen. But I feel like the only proper way to test this is to hop into survival mode and see.
Man, he sure knows how to build tension.
Here we go.
Like, you guys, you know that he could have jumped like a while ago, but it's just like, it's very good.
Let's do this.
Okay, so he's falling and he's eating golden apple to build up, whatever the... Yellow hearts.
What in the world? What?
When you see that, is that like a fairy, I guess, for Zelda? Like when you get hit hard enough and you die, the fairy revives you. I see that symbol and I just don't know what that is.
What?
Dude, this is awesome. This is gonna do really well, I think, as long as the packaging is solid. Let me... Let me look at the packaging. There's a world beneath the Minecraft Nether. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Come on, bud. Come on. Come on. Behind it. Okay, so, what was I saying? There's a world beneath the Minecraft Nether. There's something about the angle where, like, your intro, I think, is stronger than your packaging when it comes to this, because you said there's this secret glitch, and everybody... I feel like everybody wants to know what a secret, like, if there's something that they haven't seen, if they play a lot of Minecraft, and there's something that they haven't seen, like something secret or whatever, then that's how I would package it. But a world beneath the Minecraft Nether, I think that gives away whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, if it said there's a secret glitch or whatever, how did you start it? Weird Nether glitch. Okay, that's strong. That's really strong in my opinion. There's a really weird Nether glitch. Okay, but you don't show what it is on the thumbnail. And that's the problem, is if you do, then they're like, oh, I've seen that before, and then I don't click. The thing is, and you might be wondering, well, if they've seen it before, I don't want them to watch. Actually, you do. You do want them to watch because your editing is fucking awesome. And even though I've seen something like that, it's still a vibe. It's still a good feeling. Dude, your editing is killer. I really hope that this gets the attention it deserves.
Earlier today, I stumbled across a video from a channel with almost no subscribers, a video with no views called weirdnetherglitch.mp4, and for some reason, this caught my attention, and boy, am I glad, because when—
Yeah, dude, you meet the glitch expectation immediately. If you talk about that in the packaging, I think it would do a lot better. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Okay, just so everybody knows, when we do the channel reviews, you gotta be here to get them, okay? So when I open the link to submit them, you can't just drop it and leave. That's how I get you. So if you're like, I don't have time for that, then it's okay. It's all right. You can head out. But yeah, all right. So then your other thing is, you said, will you look at my last few uploads packaging as a whole, as opposed to just this one video? Okay, sure. Sure. Minecraft, but Piffin tries to stop me. I don't know who that is. And, like, also stop you from what? Playing Minecraft? Or am I... Can somebody fill me in on what that means? Stop you from what? I'm sure this means something. Minecraft. Sever knows, probably. Totem of Undying. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, Totem of Undying. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then Minecraft Lava Rising, but I'm Yadjaran. Okay, I guess I'd have to know who that is too. So I can't judge your packaging. I don't know who these people are, dude.
Oh, it's Minecraft, but it's a small border.
Yeah, it's Minecraft with a small border, guys.
Like, yeah, Jaren.
Isn't that crazy?
Why would that not be the packaging? That should definitely be the packaging.
Yeah, it's Jaren.
Man, I hope there's no, like, bad thing about being closer to the bottom of the world.
Yeah, no.
Like, that would be bad.
I don't know why
That would be very
Man, it's like you said, the packaging.
Oh, it's Minecraft, but it's a small border.
That's, I don't know. I would do that. I don't know how like more interesting that is, but that at least I kind of understand what that means as somebody who doesn't play. I always tell people, like, maybe I'm not your target audience, but don't you want me to be? Don't you want millions of people to be your target audience? Stories connect more than anything, as long as the story is clear. What I said about this one, I would already know what it's about. Because it says there's a world beneath the Minecraft Nether, I wouldn't watch it personally as John. But if I saw, like, this Minecraft glitch was unexpected or something like that, like this Minecraft glitch has a 1 in a million chance of happening, okay, then John Scott's gonna click it. Even though I don't play Minecraft, I'm gonna wonder what type of glitch it is, right? And so that's the difference between appealing to only your niche audience, or if you want to appeal to versus appealing to a million people. Okay, I think that's all I can say here. Once we get back into that nameless stuff, I don't know what that means. I don't know. I've told you that several times. I don't know what these are. And so some people do, but unfortunately, I don't really think I can help, because anytime I see that, I feel like the packaging doesn't explain anything to me. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to move on to the next person. Nerdy work. Let's bring that over here. And download it. Bring up the inspiration.
This
My friend just started
Okay. So here is your
YouTube
video.
channel, but his
Dude, I need to open this with VLC. I swear, it is just awful. Movie Maker.
my friend just started a YouTube channel.
My
but
friend
his
just
mic is
started a
terrible.
YouTube channel and he
It's
hates
horrible.
So I
mic.
3D printed him one.
that. Get it? Offspring? Okay. So, give me some ideas on the exact, or on the, where did I get exact from? Oh, right there. But that's, okay, anyway. Give me some ideas on the video structure. I'm taking inspiration from this video, but it's hard to match up exactly. Oh, there's exact right there. All right, I got that open right here. I'll pop that out. One thing I'm worried about, I may be coming... I may be cutting some of the curiosity gaps too short. Like, I resolved them too quick, but others not. It's okay to resolve a curiosity gap as long as you open one immediately after. I will have the total price if somebody actually wants to build their own mic at the end. That's cool. Last curiosity gap I have to fix is the explosives. Okay. Are you building like a pop filter on it? Okay, all right. Let me take a look at yours first. Oh, wait, you have this time stamped?
strings on it in ukulele form, it's stuck like this forever.
These strings do not stretch a millimeter.
But if I instead put them when it's in guitar form, this will happen. My first idea was to use rubber bands as strings. And it was promising. But then I realized that playing a guitar with rubber bands...
Okay, anyway, let me get to yours first so I can understand what this is.
My friend just started a YouTube channel, but his mic is terrible.
And it's horrible.
So I 3D printed him one, and the price really surprised
Sorry,
me.
this is...
but
I really need the volume.
my friend just started a YouTube channel, but his mic is terrible.
It's horrible.
So I 3D printed him one, and the price really surprised me. But can it compete with the real thing? Because if not, I'm gonna buy him a real one myself. Let's find out. Turns out there's a good reason people don't 3D print microphones. Check 3, check 4. I did a ton of research and found out that the best place to order all these internal parts is from a place called JLI Electronics. So I found a good set and ordered it. Then I found a simple file for a microphone body online and printed it out to test. I soldered everything together and then put together the microphone body and then found out that, well, there's a giant buzz. Check 3, check 4. And it turns out that the reason that people don't often 3D print microphones is that it has absolutely no shielding for EMI.
Okay, so I gotta ask, getting those items and then printing it off and putting it together, that took 3 weeks. Is that what this story just said? Because it showed the buzz, and then you said 3 weeks earlier, and you ordered the stuff, and then you built it together, and then you're back at the buzz. So that was all 3 weeks packed into that? I'm just wondering what the... I just wonder if the 3 weeks thing is doing much, you know? 3 weeks earlier from the buzz is, I guess, all I'm thinking.
That's electromagnetic interference. You can think of this as all the little waves.
Why did it pause? Did I do that?
It turns out
Yeah. 1 moment.
my friend just started a YouTube electromagnetic interference. You can think of this as all the little waves that get put off by all of your electronics. All of them run through the air, and when you have a microphone with no shielding, it acts like a giant antenna, sending all those waves to your output signal. The fix was shielding every single part of the body, and that meant designing a whole new body from scratch. One that covers
Pretty cool.
all of the electronics.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
And then I coated it
Go ahead.
in conductive paint to test that out. It turns out that was a terrible idea. The paint was like super flaky, and whenever I painted it on the mesh, it clogged up several of the holes and it bled through, and I just knew that wasn't going to be good for sound quality. Next, I tried conductive filament, and
So you got your money back?
while that worked really well for the mesh, it does
Or it didn't go into the project?
have a pretty big problem with it. The problem with conductive filament
Was that me?
is that it
Was that me? Okay, hold on. I have to ask you on... sorry. Probably longer. It's to make it more clear about the buzz, but I thought about removing that many times. Didn't go into the project. I think like turns out there's a reason why people don't build. I forget what your line. Turns out there's a reason, that line, and then you're like, but what I understand why you put it there now, because there's like a weird segue that does need to be there, but you want that buzz to be like, oh shit, there's something. How does he overcome that, right? So let me think here. I understand why it's there now. Oh shit, I didn't think about that. Let me go back to it. Let's see.
phone body, and people don't 3D print microphones. Check 3, check 4. I did a ton of check 4. Self. Let's find out. Turns out there's a good reason people don't 3D print microphones. Check.
Shit. Dude, you know what? Do you have a version of this that you flow with the momentum of, like, the first thing I did was like without this part, because if it feels better, like, I understand why how quickly you get back to this part so quickly. I think as long as I'm trying to think here.
Self. Let's find out. Turns out there's a good reason people don't 3D print microphones. Check 3, check 4.
So you cut out that part and this part.
I did a ton of research and found out that the best place to order all these
Yeah, if you could do damn, I'm trying to think, like, No, I like it though. I do like that you show it. Man, I guess the 3 weeks earlier doesn't need to be there. First thing I did, step 1. Man, why is this so hard? I fucking normally in a situation like this, I like move all the pieces of the edit and I rewrite it.
Let's find out. Turns out there's a good reason people with the real thing, because if not, I'm gonna buy him a real one myself. Let's find out.
Let's find out. Boom. The first thing I did was blah 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 blah. I just wonder if that might flow better. And then at 14, like, so if step 1 happens at 14 seconds, then hold on.
Internal. So then I found phone body, printed it out, and then phone body. Well, check 3, check 4.
And then that would back up 10 seconds. So that would be at like 35. Okay, so you would do step 1. Actually, yeah, this part would you'd still be hitting this part within like the first 40 seconds if you just let it happen in the sequence. I almost just want to see that. I know it won't take you that long to do. How... Dude, yes. Okay, so... Oh, dude, you're on it. Yes. I thought about putting the body printing before the electronics. Do it. Do it. Because this screen is boring, right? This is like, I feel like I'm going to be seeing this the whole time. But you're not seeing that the whole time. This part is like DIY interesting. This is the kind of stuff that people come here for. And you do that, and yeah, dude, print the thing first, and then say, I went and I got the electronics. You could always say, like, first thing I did was I found this damn it, hold on.
Electronics. So I found a good set and ordered it. Then I found a simple file for a microphone body online and printed it out to test.
First thing I did was printed the body. First thing I did was printed the body. Then I went to JLI and ordered the electronics, cha-ching, and then I soldered it like that. I know I'm cutting your lines down, but I'm making it so short to the point where you get to that buzz even faster. Okay? Yeah, that's the way to do it. I hope. I mean, this is live, so you can always go back to this part. I don't think I can say that again, but that's the exact order I would go in. Okay. Yeah. All right, dude. I know how this is. I know how this feels because I've been in this situation with an edit where I'm like, what the fuck is going wrong? And just moving it around, it's like, oh my God, duh. You feel like you're losing momentum the whole time, and then you just make a switch, and it's like, oh shit, that's it. Yeah, let's take a look.
Soldered everything
Okay, so yeah,
together.
we're just gonna pretend like
And
we're
then
in the
put
momentum.
together the microphone body, and then found out that, well, there's a giant buzz.
This line, you could say, found out there's a reason people don't 3D print microphones. Like, you could put that here instead of the giant buzz thing, which I think is better. I think it's like, you're not saying it, you're letting the audience figure it out instead. So I do like the line, just put it here instead of you calling it a buzz, you know what I mean?
Check 3, check 4.
Damn it, what did I hate that this happens. Okay.
My friend just out to test.
My
Body,
friend.
And then buzz. Check 3, check 4. And it turns out that the reason that people don't often...
You might want to
Turns out...
make sure that flash frame is gone.
And it turns out...
I don't know how...
My friend...
If I pause and press play like 4 or 5 times, then it gives up. There's like a flash. Yeah, there it is. It's actually more of like a fade, but
And it turns out that the reason that people don't often 3D print microphones is that it has absolutely no shielding for EMI.
Okay, you might have to work on that line if you say the joke part or the alluding part that I just said replace it with. But because you don't want to say, turns out there's a reason twice. You know what I mean?
That's electromagnetic interference. You can think of this.
Son of a bitch.
My friend just don't often 3D shielding for EMI. That's electromagnetic interference. You can think of this as all the little waves that get put off by all of your electronics. All of them run through the air, and when you have a microphone with no shielding, it acts like a giant antenna, sending all those waves to your output signal. The fix.
Okay, so I got something to say about that animation part, okay? I would somehow, whatever footage you got, if you can use a real piece of footage in the middle of you explaining that, I think it'll break it up a little bit more. It's almost like there's just too much graphic going on. Like, you just gave people so much candy, and now you're like, okay, now wait a little bit for more candy. But it's like, drop like a Hershey Kiss in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying?
Was shielding every single part of the body, and that meant designing a whole new body
This is candy,
from scratch. One that covered.
even though it's not wanting to be candy.
My friend just shielding every single part of the body, and that meant designing a whole new body from scratch. One that covers all of the electronics. And then I coated it in conductive paint to test that out. It turns out that was a terrible idea. The paint was like super
You can see it
flaky,
clogging it
and
up.
Whenever I painted it on the mesh,
Sucks.
it clogged up several of the holes and it bled through. And I just knew that wasn't going to be good for sound quality.
Okay, I
Next,
get why you
tried
cut it
conductive
out,
filament,
'cause
and
you
while
didn't
that
use it.
worked really well for the mesh, it does have a pretty big problem with it. The problem with conductive filament is that it has a really high resistance. And for EMI shielding, we need as little of resistance as possible, because to make a shield, we actually want the outside body to send all of those EMI signals.
Like, you're explaining so much right now that you did an animation earlier with, but watching this and hearing you explain it is like smarter every day type shit to me. I do not mind this being like kind of plain as you explain it, because it is just like, this is the shit that keeps me for 3 minutes straight in a shorts feed.
As easily as possible to ground. To fix this, I did a hybrid approach.
Oh, damn it. It did the thing again.
My friend just started the conductive filament on the mesh. I used possible to ground. To fix this, I did a hybrid approach. I used the conductive filament on the mesh, but I also put a strip of copper foil tape on the inside. I also shielded the entire body with as much copper foil as possible and just used regular 3D printing material, in this case PETG, for that. I was starting to get nervous, really wondering if all this extra effort would make any big difference. So I soldered everything up, put it together, and then tested the sound. Testing of the mesh that's printed out of conductive filament. I was ecstatic. The mic sounded absolutely incredible.
Wow.
So I also tested it with my guitar.
Wow, it sounds so clean.
It was awesome. It even picked up how crappy of a guitar player I am. But what I didn't realize is that these tests weren't going to be able to pick up the problem I was about to come to.
Nice.
But for now, it's time to send this microphone the Swiss cheese.
I don't know if I'll necessarily become like popular. For me, my goals for streaming, like I'm not trying to get rich streaming, chat. I'm trying to just make at least enough of a livable income.
I remember what it's like being in Swiss cheese's position, doing something that you love but being held back just because the right tools are expensive. And honestly,
This
his
is
mic
so
really is
awesome.
holding him back. And that's why I didn't just print him out a new microphone. I also printed out a shock mount, and I printed him his own custom body saying, "It ain't easy being cheesy." Because really,
Dude.
that's the point of having a 3D printed microphone, so that you can customize it and do cool stuff the way you want. I also got him his own audio interface, plugged everything in, tested it, and set the levels, making sure to label them so that there is no way that anyone could mess that up. I was starting to get really excited because we were getting everything packed up and ready to ship out the cheese. But I didn't realize there was still a problem that I did not account for properly.
Storyteller.
Alright guys, it's my birthday today, and we finally got the package from Nerdy. Oh yo! There's a fucking desk arm in here too, no way!
And this is the point where I noticed the problem.
Dude, I did not realize, like, she's having black hair was not something I imagined. Like, from it, maybe it's not black, but I always imagine him with brown hair for some, like, in his streams, it always seems like it's light brown. I don't know. It must be the camera or something.
But Cheese still hasn't seen it.
Oh, it stopped. 424.
My friend just started a YouTube channel, but his
Guys, it's my birthday today, and we finally got the package from Nerdy. Oh, yo! There's a fucking desk arm in here, too. No way.
And this is the point where I noticed the problem, but Cheese still hasn't seen it.
Cool, chat. Okay, let's get into the bulk of it here now. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. I think there's the mesh.
My friend just started a YouTube channel, but his mic is terrible.
Oh, shit. That was it? Oh, fuck, man. Well, the rest is great. The rest is so good, man. Yeah, once that intro is there, like, I was clearly locked in for the rest. There wasn't really many mistakes. My only, like, my least favorite part was the "it arrived" thing. I almost want his voice to be, his voice to covering up, like, hey, today's my birthday or whatever, and then it, like, fades into you seeing them, so it's like a black screen when his voice is going, and then, like, it just says 3 days later or something like that. When I see transitions of text moving, it's not my personal taste, but yeah, that's me being picky. That's just me being me. That's it. That's all I had to say about it. So, hell yeah, that was awesome. I don't know if you want anything else. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. It's great. Finish that shit. Finish it. Picer. This is a YouTube short. Okay, let me come back to it then real quick. Wait, Spidey Steve. Wait a second, didn't I? 24th. 26th. Last few. Oh, I guess he must have resubmitted it. I'm assuming he just resubmitted it. 1 second.
Earlier today,
Okay, yeah,
I stumbled across
he
a
probably thought I would delete it, but I didn't. I kept it. Okay, then back to Picer. Let me download this. All right, this is a YouTube short, FYI. I created this last night after you watching the video, after scrolling like 6 different horror CC's shorts, and I took some aspects of what they did and put them into this. More raw footage with only 3 to 4 cuts. Over the top reaction. I mean, as long, like, yeah. I mean, reactions can be over the top and they're fine. As like, I just feel like people can feel when reactions aren't genuine. And so that's what I would definitely be focusing on. Like, some of the reactions I've seen, it felt like you were planning them. You know what I mean? Maybe you weren't, but like, people just feel that. So let's take a look. I wanted to continue on it more, but was hesitant because I thought maybe I did too much to it initially and am worried that the short didn't turn out great. Okay. All right, let's take a look.
What the fuck do I do? Oh, I'm supposed to hide.
Why is it going so slow? Hold on 1 second.
What the fuck do I do? Oh, I'm supposed to hide.
So far, I'm not sure what I should be looking at. If I was looking at the door, like, I thought it was about the door, but then I can't.
What the fuck do I do? Oh,
Like, it's okay.
I'm supposed to hide. Am I safe?
What happened? Did his volume go out? I'm sorry. I'm having trouble here. I think it might be VLC because I'm like pausing. I'm just gonna watch it through and then we'll see how this goes.
What the fuck do I do? Oh, I'm supposed to hide.
Oh, he's hiding. Okay.
Am I safe? What? Oh my god! What the fuck do I do? Oh, I'm supposed to hide. Am I safe?
That thing when it dropped, I was like, I would probably speed that up to where I look immediately after because I'm wondering what dropped. But the longer you wait to like go down to it, I think people will forget that it did. And so this is built up really, really nice. I think this might be like my favorite one you've done.
What the fuck do I do?
I'm
supposed to hide.
I guess I don't understand the fell for it, but it does like make me stick around to see what you fall for, but I don't know. By the end, I don't know what you fall for. Like,
Am I safe? What? Oh my god!
it's bait. Oh, picking up the medicine. Yeah, see, I guess that's... Do you think everybody's gonna understand that? You know what I mean? Like, these are just the simple things. So I guess that's it, really. This one's better for sure. At first I was like, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, because like there was a lot of stuff going on. But when I heard like, oh, I'm supposed to hide, I didn't hear that at first. Then I got it. But also just know, like, the more stuff I have to like try to figure out, the harder it is for me to want to stick around. So honestly, dude, you are getting better. Just keep creating. That's all I can say. Yeah, I guess that's it. When the thing dropped, I almost wanted you to look down immediately, so I probably would have sped that up a little bit. But that's not really something that I can teach. It's just one of those, like, you got to feel it out. The scare was fine. It was freaky too. Fucking weird ass monsters. Yeah. If you should I cut to where I look at it? I don't know what you mean by that. The monster? I would just, like, the medicine thing drops and then I would look at it. Yeah. Just wanted to see the channel. Oh, it's not uploaded. Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you're having fun doing this, like, keep doing it. You don't have to do horror, just so you know. It's like, not, if you don't like doing it, then like that ruins the whole point of creating. So yeah, but if you are enjoying it, then it's something to get better at for sure. I like it. I'm always I would definitely just keep talking to Sever. He's always there to, like, he knows the space. You know what I mean? I can only know, like, what I feel. And that's it. Like, that's what makes me the professional, is I just, like, I know how to observe, like, I know the psychology behind what I'm seeing because I've just done it for so long. But my opinion doesn't mean any more than any of yours. It's just that I'm really good at observing it. That's it. And so, like, when you get good at that, you get good at putting yourself in the viewer's shoes. Like, you don't need me for anything. I mean, shit. You don't need me now. I'll take a look, Sever. Let me pull this over. I don't know what the last thing we said in Yap was. It might not be okay to show. Okay, I think it's fine. All right, let me just download it. Did the text hook make sense? I already talked about it. I spent like two minutes talking about it.
They do an amazing job with jump scares.
Oh, this one. Yeah. Wait, what did I just do? Okay, so you said... So I was finally able to watch the replay of Monday's call, and with the elevator clip, definitely trying out John's advice on it. I knew I wanted to do something with the clip, but yeah, the app channel is private. It's for it was called the OGs. It's just for the people that have been here since the beginning. It's not like a VIP thing. Fuck the developers for this is gold. Oh, I said that? Oh yeah, I did. Do you think devs might be... Would people understand devs? The reason I ask is because the developers, that might drop into the little like symbol, which is like, people can still read it, but I try to avoid going that far over to the right. Fuck the devs for this. I just don't know. People call them devs, right? That's why I like... Yeah. Devs. I think the devs didn't expect this, or devs didn't plan for that. Oh yeah, devs didn't plan for this. I've seen that before, so people do say devs. Devs. Okay. Edit a mock-up. Wasn't ignoring my boss. Oh shit. Okay, alright. Alright.
They do an amazing job with jump scares. Oh my gosh. This is taking a while. They do...
Dude, I could not make that better. That timing is so funny. Because it happens. It happens, and then there's like a millisecond of like your brain, the gears turning. I'm just like, ah! Dude, that was so funny. Oh my god. Okay. I don't necessarily know. I'm gonna pull this into Premiere real quick. We're gonna do two different versions of it. One with the build, one with a riser, and one without. I just want to see if it feels better or not. Yeah. I can't stand when people burp in the mic. Somebody that does that a lot is Joe Bart. I've been watching so much Joe Bart recently. Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people do know what devs means. I mean, kids do for sure. I see it all the time from like Minecraft channels. There's no other version of dev that makes me think developer, or makes me think any other word but developer. What is today? The 26th? Okay. -26. Sever. Yeah, game devs. Unedit. What just happened? Why are you tagging me in something? Oh, it's probably still uploading. That's why. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't really think I'm gonna do much more than what you did, but really, it's just a build up. So, I should probably put it over here. Just make sure you guys can see it. I downloaded a bunch of risers. Low drone. Just pop them in there. All right. Eric.
They do an amazing job with jump scares. They do an amazing job with jump scares.
Man, I was thinking, does it need a riser? But like, maybe like a wait for it.
They do an amazing job with jump scares. Oh my gosh. This is taking a while.
Dude, there's something that happens when people get scared where they're like, their brain dulls the world. Have you ever seen the kid that's like walking and then they scream and then he goes, ah! And then he just like stares at his mom? Like that's what I see. You get scared and then like, you just, you conk out. Yeah, all of this is great, man. I really love it.
They do an amazing job with jump scares. They do
Maybe cut out the first they do.
They do an amazing job with jump scares. Oh my gosh. This is taking a while.
Dude, I don't know. Even the wait for it just kind of makes me like, okay, I worry that people are going to drop right there. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe a wait for it might help. Okay, what'd you say? Given that Sev is literally a game. Okay. If you wanted to unedit. Okay, cool. I normally would have cut out the burp. I always leave when I see. Oh, you leave when you see that? Interesting. I never do because I'm waiting for it. Do you think your bias might be getting in the way here? I mean, don't do something you don't like to do, but there's a reason it works. I was thinking like, the other way I was thinking is that a riser builds up to it. A riser always makes somebody think that something's coming, right? And so the sound can do the job that wait for it does. But I almost don't want to fuck with it that much. You know what I mean? I just don't want people to drop at that moment. So if they hear tension building, they'll stick around. Or if they just see a wait for it, I don't know. I like the cleaner version, but yeah, that's not long enough. Maybe there.
I do an amazing job with jump scares.
It's too.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it doesn't build the same, especially when you have an oh my gosh and a burp, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I like it. If I would change I would do the fuck the devs for this, and then I would do the wait for it, but that's just me. You don't have to do what I say. I'm not your mom. I'm not King YouTube. Where the oh, there it is. Hey, somebody likes the burp. Now it's 50-50. Personally, I would say you could take it out, but then it like breaks the... There's like, I don't want any more cuts, you know what I mean? It was just perfect the way it was. Watch the wait for it be like the 1 million view video. Just be like, damn it. I think that was it for the VIPs. So we can move over to the reviews. Let me double check. That was it. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Go to channel.reviews and put in your info for those that want reviews. Channel.reviews. It'll just say email and channel link. That's all we're doing. And then when I come back, I'll pick some randomly. Okay? All right. Be right back. Alrighty. Bow. Okie doke. Let's see if anybody submitted. We have 0 submissions. So many people were just like, what the fuck? All right. All right, we've got... You know what? I should probably do like a channel.reviews text or whatever. Bring this up in a separate All right, first one is probably Roblox. Maybe not. I feel like I've seen this channel before. Yeah, definitely. All right, so subscribe and you'll get a hug. Let's see what the most recent stuff is. 6 days ago. All right, and then
Did you know
2 hours ago. Let's take a look at this one.
Roblox's first actual player was named Todd? He joined on July 13th, 2004 with the user ID 21 and apparently used the account for only 1 day. Years later, his account was hacked and eventually terminated, leaving the identity of Roblox's earliest known player surrounded by mystery. But did you know Roblox's first actual player was named Todd?
But what? But what? So this one, I wonder if this has been said on YouTube already, then that's a problem. Like, it'll just fall into the conflict radius of the original first Roblox player. The first one ever created, 332,000. Who was the first ever player? Yeah, 43 million views.
Who was the first ever player in Roblox? I first thought it was the official Roblox account because it literally says it was the first Roblox account ever in-game, made in 2006. But this made no sense.
This is a solid start because it's like, dude, he's 12 seconds in and has given you zero idea of who the actual person was. Like, that, while I'm like kind of annoyed about it, like, you really got to give him props for the psychology used here, because it's like, well, I could talk about this specific detail, or I could make it a story. And that's what he did. He made it a story, and people like stories.
Since Roblox was actually made in 2004.
Like, these are the things that people, when you're working on your content, you got to think of like all the stuff that you could add to it to make it insightful. Not just like a random fact, right? If the thing is, if ChatGPT can tell you it, it's not enough to make content out of, right? That should be a rule everybody should know. If it comes from ChatGPT, that's not enough for content. Not anymore.
2 whole years before this account was even made. So as I dug deeper, I went through years of Roblox.
There's just so much stuff that this is almost to the point of annoying, but it's 43 million views.
He joined on July 13th, 2004 with the user ID 21 and apparently used the account for only 1 day. Years later, his account was hacked and eventually terminated.
Okay, so insights, that's kind of stuff I would look into. But yeah, your short will probably get caught in the conflict radius of however many people made a short about that, just so you know. You have to add more to it to stand out. Let's take a look at this one.
You commented your loadouts under my shorts, and I said I'll try them, so here we are. I don't get to pick anything, and if this goes badly, you can't blame me. First one up, let's go. So this one's by Cleon Mertz, so it's the Gunblade, the Shorty.
Is it my... Yeah. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Under my shorts, and I said I'll try them, so here we are.
Alright, so let me see if I can hear what's being said. It's like so fast that I'm wondering if it's even gonna resonate or register.
You commented your loadouts under my shorts, and I said I'll try them, so here we are.
Okay, you commented your
loadouts under my shorts, and I said I'll try them, so here we are. I don't get to pick anything, and if this goes badly, you can't blame me. First one up, let's go. So this one's by Cleon Mertz, so it's the Gunblade, the Shorty. I don't have the maul, so I'm gonna use the Scythe, and then it's the Freeze Ray. I'm sorry for not having the Scythe, the maul.
I think for the audience, this is fine. For me, it's like I couldn't understand anything. It was just way too fast, but like, I'm not a child, so I don't really know how this works. Like, at the very beginning, I'm like, okay.
You commented your loadout.
All right, I'm gonna read one, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm not, because it's already gone.
Shorts, and I said I'll try them, so here we are. I don't get to pick anything, and if this goes badly, you can't blame me. First one up.
I don't get to pick anything?
Let's go. So this one, anything, and if this goes badly, you can't blame me. First one up. Let's go. So this one's
Yeah, yeah, I'm just not the target audience. That's probably the big issue here.
So it's the Gunblade, the Shorty. I don't have the maul, so I'm gonna use the Scythe, and then it's the Freeze Ray. I'm sorry for not having the Scythe, the maul.
I also think my auditory processing thing is an issue here. Like, it's not that the accent is so thick I can't understand it. It's that my brain is dumb. And so if I can't read it, I can't understand it. I heard I don't have the scythe and then something.
And the scythe them all.
And save them all.
Sorry. I'm sorry for not having the scythe. And the scythe them all.
I'm sorry for having the scythe to save them all. Yeah, sorry. That's the problem, is I can't hear lyrics either, so it's not you.
I'm about to use the most broken, most overpowered loadouts in the game, but they're from this website. Okay, so Arena, this loadout is meant to be the assault rifle, the
But they're from this website?
game, but they're from this website. Okay, so
Is that website bad or something? I don't understand.
but they're from this website.
When you say but, it's like it's adding a negative to the situation. Like, but it's this way. Like, but here's the problem. You know, and so the but it's from this website. Is it like a banned website?
I'm about to use the most broken, most overpowered loadouts in the game, but they're from this website. Okay, so Arena, this loadout is meant to be the assault. Rifle, the revolver, the scythe, and the warhorn. This is apparently the best loadout for this map, so let's see how this goes. So far off the bat, I don't have anything.
Okay, this is cool. All right, now I'm in.
to stop against this. So it's okay. Obviously, I don't know how to do the quick warhorn, so we're gonna have to try and figure this out.
So, do you have like competition that you watch, like people that do this type of content? I'm just wondering, like, what I do is I observe what works, and then I can actually point it out, like, okay, so here's how you adjust your content. I just don't watch Roblox content. So it's like, this isn't resonating with people. It's only got 63 views. I need to know what other people do to understand what to tell you. So if there's there's no volume in the game, is that a problem? I don't know if I can't see another channel that does this content that actually succeeds with it. And no, it's just that it's from a website, I guess. Oh, okay. It seemed like it was a bad thing when you say but. But anyway, yeah, is there like a creator that you could give me that maybe I could point out what they do and why it's solid? Jet ski. Okay, let's take a look. This helps. This helps a lot of people. This helps as many people. I downloaded Hacks and Rivals. Okay. I'm looking for a loadout one. Let me just type in loadout. Loadout. Rivals, but owner skin case. Owner skin case picks my loadout. I created YouTubers their own rival skins. Okay. I created my own rival skins. It's like all skins. I guess I shouldn't search loadout because that didn't really work. All right. I'm looking for something that doesn't rely on another person because you're not doing anything. You're not collabing. We're not friends anymore. Trolling my friend. Spoiled kid was ungrateful, so I humbled him. That's cool. Let's see.
Earlier today, I was playing on my level 7 alt account when a seemingly normal player came up to me and he recognized me. Are you that YouTuber? I seen your vids. Hey, he knows me. Give me a...
Okay, so storytelling is a format that kind of works in every situation. Like I could... It would be kind of a boring story, but I could take this recording from today And I could start with, so the other day I was giving channel reviews and this channel submitted, and like, okay, now I'm into a story. This what people grab onto. And so if you did something in Roblox that you could tell that story, that's one format you can do. Okay. Right now you're kind of doing a I tried this, I tried that, like experiment formats, but story format is always one. So write that down. I betrayed my friend. Man, does he have any that I added your dumb ideas to Rivals? Okay, let's see how that is, because that's like
Today, I'm adding your dumb ideas to Rivals. I asked a ton of my subscribers, you guys, to leave me some suggestions of some pretty dumb ideas to get added to Rivals. And
oh my god, we know. You said that.
And I invited Nozni here so we could actually get them implemented.
Okay, we got collab.
Because you guys thought of some pretty interesting stuff.
Would you say dumb?
Like this first idea, submitted by DiddyBlood19, and his idea was to add fall damage to Rivals, where basically if you fall off a structure, you...
Is this like game dev shit? We tried Minecraft. I added mods, trolling my friend. I break every world record. I busted myths. This is all Rivals stuff. Let me scroll back and see if there's anything. There's banned weapons. Okay.
I'm challenging my friend to a skin case battle, where we'll each open one banned skin case, and whatever weapon we get, we must use in a 1v1. And whoever wins 3 games first gets to control the loser's YouTube channel for 24 hours.
Okay, so I tried the best loadout in Roblox Rivals. So there's one thing missing here, and it's like stakes, I guess. Like I tried the best loadout, and I'm just wondering, like, what's the story? What's the risk? You know what I mean?
I'm about to use the most broken, most overpowered loadouts in the game, but they're from this website. Okay, so Arena, this loadout is meant to be the Assault Rifle.
I guess I still don't understand what that thing is.
Okay, so Arena, powered loadouts in the game, but they're from...
I have to read the website, I guess, to understand.
Okay, so Arena, that's in the game.
Best loadouts for every map in Roblox Rivals. Meta builds explain. So I would start out something like, the other day I was scrolling through Moo Player. The other day I was searching around for best loadouts, and I came across this website, and it said, and it gave these 5 to try out. So today I'm gonna try these, and then add some stakes, right? And I don't know. Today I'm gonna try to find the most perfect layout or something, I guess. Like I'm just trying to come up with a way to, like, the problem is it's not a great story, I guess. So I was trying to make it into a story, make it into a challenge, but the whole setup of the idea is like so quick, too hard to understand. Whereas I go to this kid and I'm like, okay, I totally understand what they're doing, and they really, really spell it out. Let me see what that other one was again.
So I have them all. You commented your loadouts under my shorts, and I said I'll try them, so here we are. I don't get to pick anything, and if this goes badly, you can't blame me. First one up, let's go.
Okay, so I feel like I'm supposed to see the things that you show, but also I keep looking down at the subtitles, which are like seem way too low. But
Earlier today, I was...
He doesn't have subtitles. Maybe it's...
I'm challenging my friend to a skin case battle, where we'll...
Yeah, I guess like this is the area I'm looking in, and when that one thing popped up, it was like...
You commented your loadout.
Like, I'm like trying to look at whatever. It's
under my shorts, and I said I'll try them. So...
Yeah. Okay. There was like too much edit stuff going on, I guess. But anyway, this is a better setup.
Here we are. I don't get to pick anything, and if this goes badly, you can't blame me. First one up, let's go.
Okay, that was probably the point where you put in the stakes. If this goes badly, what happens? But you say you can't blame me, and so, like, what's the goal? You know what I mean? You just got to work on the stakes. That's all. I think setting up the story is a little better. I wish I could find more similar cases. But anyway, I should probably move on. hopefully observing this. I mean, this kid's got so many solid ideas. I wonder where he gets them all. Like trolling players, that's kind of funny. I got rarest items. Okay, all right. Tried Mecha Chameleon. All right. Man, only 4 people submitted, so we're probably going to get through all of them. Channel link, Adam. Dude, you put out so much content. All right. Broken Timeline. These are solid thumbnails for the most part. Escape from 100 Cops. Oh, okay, so it's React content.
Fraud. That's fake, right? This actually looks crazy. What do you mean? Just blew it up. You know, with Mr. Beast, he just gets crazier and crazier. And today, he is escaping from 100 cops to win $500,000. I believe someone else is gonna escape and not him. But based on this intro, the cops are chasing him, and he's in the jumpsuit, wearing a bulletproof vest. I don't think they're gonna shoot you, Jimmy. But okay, let's get into it.
Behind me are 100 cops, and if they arrest us by the end of the day, they would have $1 million. But if we escape, they get nothing. Start the timer.
Street. Bro, they just shut off crime. Well, criminals, now is your chance. Call him out. Everyone is so busy chasing Mr. Beast that you could just do whatever. You kill someone, doesn't matter. The cops can't tell.
Dude, yeah, your setup is like, it's professional, man. I like. Let me take a look at the shorts and see here. Mr. Beast. Oh, I feel like you've done more shorts than this. Am I crazy? Or maybe it's always been long form?
Secret mean nothing to you.
Fortunately, my lord, all crystals in the facility are already tested and proven to be forgeries.
Fine. Double the bounty on the dragon.
Speaking
Triple
of
production on the
it is cool, but
our putties are stripped and policing the entire globe.
that's disgusting.
Okay, so it's looking like you're getting into like React and commentary. I mean, you always have been, but you're expanding it out. And so I guess the way, like, really your whole thing right now is you just have to start getting more attention on yourself, right? So you are covering popular topics like Nitro Camden. I mean, that's got 66 views because it was like genuinely important for a lot of people to talk about. And the faster you get on this, the better. Let me see something real quick.
I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching.
Why are you in the camera? I have 10,000 people in here. Imagine you're a small streamer.
Okay, so I almost, yeah.
Trying to grind your way up.
When you do a start like that, I would recommend you do it similar to what you had earlier, like with the way that Mr. Beast started, where you are reacting to the mom doing what she did, and you're like, oh my god, this is fucked up or whatever. And you could do like coming later or something like that, and it's black and white, and then you go to your intro. I see that a lot. That way it kind of gives people context. Like, you did do it, you did show that right there, but like, I would make sure you set the expectation that you are talking about this, that sort of stuff, just like most reactors do. But the thing is, you are covering, so you're doing one thing that's already good. You are covering topics that are hitting. And then the other thing is, you just need more attention on you. So covering topics that are hitting will help with that. But then also, I recommend doing shorts to get more people to pay attention. Like, just whatever you think your best take is from each video, make that into a short and send it out. A lot of people don't want to watch long form, but they do want to know about Nitro Camden. So That's it. I mean, you're already doing so much right. Just get more attention on yourself. And the easiest way to do that is through short form content. And then you can do the related video. It's like, it doesn't help a lot of niches, but you are technically like in a live stream niche is the best way I could say this. It's React content, but you're doing it in like a live setting. I don't know if you're actually doing it live or not, but you are using your Stream Deck and stuff like that. And so most React content that I see that feels kind of the same vibe. Like this, you could more try to summarize in a short, and that might help a lot too. Like a short that summarized the entire Nitro Camden thing. But dude, like you're so fast at this, I feel like you're gonna grab a topic before anybody else, and that's gonna be a hit. I am just telling you like everything I could possibly tell you right now, but you're gonna break out soon. Like something's gonna happen, and people are gonna start coming to you for news, like Omni, you know. There are some times in this where it seems like you're not saying anything, like you're about to say something, but then you leave it. That kind of stuff, I would maybe cut out. Hold on, let me.
You robbed someone? What do you mean? Just blew it up. You know, with Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, you did what I said right there. Yeah, but for the Nitro Camden, so I didn't really need to say it.
Crazier and crazier, and today he is escaping from 100 cops to win $500,000. I believe someone else is gonna escape and not him. But based on this intro, the cops are chasing him, and he's in the jumpsuit, wearing a bulletproof vest. I don't think they're gonna shoot you, Jimmy. But okay, let's get into it.
Never mind. Hold on. I was thinking of something, but it didn't happen.
Street. Bro, they just shut off crime. Well, criminals.
There, that's what I was talking about. It's a fun reaction, but this early, I wouldn't have kept it because it's like people just kind of want to keep the momentum. So that's like all I got to say, and that's me telling you like if I have to say something, here you go. But I think that this is solid, man. Solid. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. As always, very good. Love your stuff. Is just notified here. Holy crap. I remember this channel. Actually, I've seen it a lot. I've seen just notified a lot on the Nitro Camden situation. If you are here, let me know. Yo. Okay. I just closed it. Okie doke. Let me think here. Latest. Was it scripted? Okay. Solid. I mean, solid contrarian take. I don't know how many people are taking that side of that story. And then investigating how the streamer became a modern celebrity. It's funny. After I saw this for the first time, I started seeing that name everywhere, and I'd never even heard of him. So that one, I think I forget what I said about that, but I didn't know enough at the time. Okay, there's been like a solid change here. Okay, I exposed the Gen Z method to going viral every time. Exposed how this YouTuber actually went viral. Investigating how the streamer became a modern celebrity. The truth behind... They're more almost documentaries. I study how creators turn content into full-time careers and share my findings. Okay. trying to think of like, if I were doing that specifically, how would I go about this? Let me watch this real quick.
This vulgar moment led to this viral breakout. Nitro Camden was a small streamer that averaged 3 viewers, until a few massive creators sent over 10,000 viewers his way. Then, the unthinkable happened.
Mama, I have 10,000 people. Why are you I have 10,000 people in here. I'm not doing anything. I have 10,000 people in. Why are you in the camera? Get out of my house. You're not welcome anymore. Get out.
So to get him out of that situation, the community turned him into a star overnight. But not everyone shared that attitude.
Finesse of the century, my nigga. This shit was so staged. Y'all are so f***ing stupid, bro. And y'all just fell into the plot.
Because of this, I had to investigate who Nitro Camden actually is a bit deeper. I wanted to talk about this.
Okay, so we had a 50-second intro. I'm wondering if like if it were me, I probably would have shortened this build up however long this took. Hold on.
Mama, I have 10,000 people. Why are you I have 10,000 people in here. I'm not doing anything. I have 10.
Yeah, and then like jump to like basically I was thinking that this part right here, the finesse part should be like 10 seconds earlier or something. I'm just judging off the expectation of the title and thumbnail. I'm like, okay, I feel like this is aimed at people who have already seen this footage, right? And they're like, oh, what? It's a scam, that sort of thing. And so the quicker you could get to that while still providing enough context, the better. And that's just what I would do.
He turned him into a star overnight, but
y'all just
investigate who Nitro Camden actually is a bit deeper. I wanted to talk about this Nitro Cam situation because I saw some things. Obviously, this is blown up. So his friend came through for him and said, hey, you can just come stay in the basement. You can have your setup here. And most people were really encouraged by seeing the community come together. You had Center reach out, Stable Ronaldo, Agent Zero.
Damn, I didn't know all that.
You've had so many people reach out and seeing how they could support him in this time of transition. But I did see some takes as I was going through where some people had some mixed feelings.
Get a fake family to yell at me.
Dude, I didn't get to watch this, but I saw your community post. Are you taking, you're taking like an observation stance. You're not saying one way or the other. If that's the case, like I saw somebody hating, I think on that post where they were like saying cap and shit.
So I can get a quick 8K subs. Hey, you know.
It's like just spreading the news is sometimes it blows back at you.
You know, these survive off shortcuts. I won't be covering that topic again. Once I start seeing get shortcuts, I can't fuck with it. I muted all topics. They kept popping up on my Twitter about that.
I'm not even gonna really say anything about that opinion or that take itself, but obviously there's a lot of different roads to success. And one of the things about this Nitro Cam situation, it wasn't like Nitro Cam asked for the raid, and it wasn't like he asked for this situation to happen. I'm sure he didn't want his mom to be on camera physically assaulting him. I personally wouldn't classify that as a shortcut, but the fact that he was even on stream, regardless of the microscopic percentage that there was for a massive streamer like Stable Ronaldo and Rug and Marlon to hop in there and raid him, that's saying something in and of itself. There's a ton of content creators that maybe know they should be on stream, they know they should be creating content, but they let off the gas. But just imagine if Cam was not actually streaming at that point in time, this moment would have never happened. And now his life has changed. So from the standpoint of, I don't think that he deserves it or it's a shortcut, I personally can't agree with it because it's not only that he was on stream that night specifically.
Okay, so like totally, it's like unbiased, just I guess what I'm thinking is when people click this, you showed a couple takes that kind of went with, is it a scam, whatever. I wonder, is there more of that? I feel like around this point, like, was it scripted? And you're saying, well, I don't really agree with that guy, what he said. I'm like, all right, well, you're being objective here. And so now that I know you're being objective, am I gonna stick around for the rest of it? I think it's tough. It's tough to make that call. Like, honestly, I probably would, but I'm more interested in this type of content, whereas your packaging is drama, and so drama does get clicks. Drama does get... I mean, it's tough to walk that line, but what people are probably going to want to see is they're going to want to see more people talking shit. Like, that maybe... Dude, this is totally fine to offer your point of view and say, like, look, he's been doing the work, that sort of thing. I'm just wondering if there were more people out there saying it was a scam that you could actually include in this. Like, really get everybody up to speed on the other side of things. You know what I mean? Because that's what they want. People are hungry for that shit. They're like, I want to see the shit talkers. And then you can be the voice of reason in the middle of that. But for now, I'm thinking, all right, that's the rest of this video. It's just him taking the opposite stance, or the right stance rather.
And he is actually a grinder. Like, he's been doing this for years, and he's been streaming to nobody for years.
Okay.
What's the packaging again? Like, you're kind of doing the story behind the truth behind the. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing: you weren't really aiming. You were aiming to be honest, which is like sometimes that's so tough, because is it a scam is like the way to go and get the most attention, obviously, but your packaging is like it's what you're actually making. And so I don't want to tell you to not do that, because that's obviously like that's the content you made. But I think you know what I'm saying.
Dude, stop spamming me. I don't want to friend you right now. Oh, shoot.
It wasn't like he was not putting any time or any effort
Was that him? Like as a kid?
Into the content. He just didn't have an opportunity or wasn't recognized. But the thing is, it's not just how he started, it's how he was able to keep going even when he wasn't getting any type of recognition online. I think this is what it looks like for somebody who truly has a passion or has a desire for content creation and streaming. He started off in July 2020, and then he streamed a couple hours here, a couple hours there. His peak viewers came March 2025. It was 11, but for years he's sparking up stream on average 4 or 5 people.
So being like a guru myself, I'm trying to think of like how would I like I didn't cover the story. I didn't have a voice in it. I didn't feel like it was just I didn't feel like it was my place to speak on it, especially because I'm like moving away from advice anyway. But if I were gonna like package this for my niche, people that are looking to win on YouTube, it would be more like I'd package the desire, which what you're doing is giving them the information that leads to this desire, and it's like what you can learn from this situation and how do you turn that into your own success? How do you turn this Nitro Camden situation into like how do you package that? How to go viral like Nitro Camden? No, obviously not. But there's like a secret behind it, right? The secret behind Nitro Camden, I guess, would be the secret behind Nitro Camden's success. It didn't start with the raid. There's a lot more to it, clearly. I'm just trying to think, how do you package that? Because you're like, that's really tough. If it wasn't abuse, it would be easier to package. You know what I mean? But it's a really, really difficult topic. I don't know, I just feel like I'm ranting. I think being honest here, the way that you packaged it is the exact way I would have eventually settled on packaging it. I think the biggest problem is that it just doesn't resonate with people trying to go viral on YouTube. And like, how can it? You know what I mean? That you did the best way you possibly could to resonate with that audience. And the stuff that you covered is solid. And was it scripted? Being on the thumbnail offers just enough drama to get interest. So, to be honest, what you did is like viral fodder in my mind. And so I think that if that doesn't go viral, it's topic. You know what I mean? And that little thing about the intro, that's it. I mean, I've seen your content. It's just not an easy niche. You know what I mean? I expose how this YouTube video, let me go to the one from 2 weeks ago again.
That is important.
Take a look back at the
Nowadays, camping in your room in front of a monitor can make you a celebrity, which is completely different from when I was growing up. And this new phenomenon made me curious, just how these live streamers are getting so famous. So I decided to look into the backstory of one of the top streamers, Agent Zero. But not only will I be learning about Agent, I don't want all my research to go to waste, which is why I'll be documenting every detail I learn to make my own video about his rise to success.
Okay, so I guess the way that there are some things that I do on my channel that don't get a lot of views that are very similar to this, where it's like me doing a deep dive and learning, like, or me doing the boring deep dive. Whereas some people want to come to your content and they want the work to already be done. And they want you to they want you to say, I observed this, like, here's the 5 things that I learned from Agent I'm gonna say 00, that here's why Agent 00 went viral, or here's the 5 reasons. I mean, you've seen the shit, you know what I'm talking about. And so they want you to drop number 1, but you don't reveal it at first. You know, you say, the first thing I noticed is when you go back to when he first started, blah 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 blah, which is why number 1 is method 1. All right, but before you can even do number 1, you have to understand something else, and then you segue to number 2, number 3, number 4. And so, like, that's the proven method to resonating with people that want to go viral. And I hate it. I hate doing the listicle stuff, but like, that's always, people want stuff easily packaged to be able to absorb, I guess. And so I guess that's all I got to say about that one. That one's more like a learning and process rather than a package, like a packaged product for them to say number 1, number 2, number 3. Yeah, because if you're learning with me, then I guess I don't find that as appealing as like you teaching me I'm learning. Secrets of the full-time creator. Like, you're not only YouTube advice, you're more like diving into the secrets of them. I mean, I guess it's a little, I find that hard to package though. You know what I mean? I find that hard to distinguish as like a regular YouTube viewer between you and another YouTube guru. It's almost like you do YouTube guru stuff, but you put a limit on it. Like, there is a constraint there that's, oh, it's a live stream. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Did you end up making a version? You said, it said later. I was just curious.
That is important.
Wherever it was. Yeah, that. I thought that maybe was a video too.
I'll be documenting every detail I learn to make my own video about his rise to success.
It's tough to, like, when I see such a put together channel, it's tough to even know where to begin giving advice. These are just like the little things I know. Like, it always kind of comes down to topic and the angle of the topic. And so I guess it's tough for me because I'm not really quite interested. I suppose how this YouTube video actually went viral. Okay. How would I make that more interesting? Hold on.
This YouTube video baited nearly 10 million people into clicking it. And aside from the Fear Factor-like title and over-the-top visuals, I wondered how so many people could sit through almost 40 minutes of content, especially given that our attention spans have fallen off a cliff. So I decided to analyze every millisecond of Michelle Khare.
Oh, okay, this is a live stream too. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I guess that's your workflow. You know, you record your live streams. I'm at a point right now, and so maybe I'm not helping you at all, but let me just tell you my perspective on things. Right now, Will and we are putting together ideas for live streams. And the only way that I know, like my live streams, when I edit them down into videos, they don't do so great. But it's because I come into them without the packaging in mind, without an idea, without a goal or a challenge or anything. There's just like no end result in my head. It's just like, we're going to do a couple things and then we'll wing it and I'll edit together something and we'll see how it goes. Now, I don't know if that's the way you do it or not, but now we're starting to put together thumbnails and titles, and we know exactly what we're doing in tomorrow's, and we know exactly how it's going to be edited and that sort of thing. And I know, like, that's what Ludwig says to do. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try that. And that's not something that I ever did before. And because I haven't done that before, I think my live streams that have been edited down are just meh, whatever. They don't resonate as much as like something that I really think through ahead of time. So I don't know if that helps or not. But yeah, it's a little tough coming from, like, I could tell you to just do what all the YouTube gurus do, but that's not really what you do, you know? It's not what you do. Also, it's not a very fun space to be in. It's not a fun space to feel like you got to do the same thing as everybody else. And when you don't, then you don't succeed or you don't get views or whatever. And then you start second guessing, like, should I even be doing this? Or should I go back to what I know works? It's tough. So yeah, I guess when I look at this, I'm like, I guess I would take some popular title formats and then try to make a specific video to that. Anytime I've ever done that, it's succeeded. But the problem is I've only ever done that like 6 times, and it was never with my, I did it twice with this channel, Creator Rant, John Scott or whatever, and those are my 2 big videos that they're both past 100,000 views. So when I start with the packaging in mind, they always do well. When I don't, they don't. And the other 4 were with vidIQ, and I said, okay, here's the thumbnail I'm going to use. I'm just going to take a different picture of myself. Here's the title I'm going to use. Always, it's fucking weird. I hate it. Guys, I got to use the bathroom, but I will be back. Really gotta figure out this light situation. I don't like harsh shadows, but the only problem is the way that the lights are set up. I don't have anything to bounce. Like, the way that my desk was set up before, imagine this turned this way, and then this left light here was bouncing off of the curtains, and that's how I got my white light, soft light bounce. But yeah, things are much different now. I'll show you. Now, if we can, that's my desk right now. I gotta clean all this shit up. And then there is the other desk. Right there. Oh, you know what? It's kind of blurry, but you get the idea. And then I have like a bunch of area over here. Yeah. Anyway. That corner over there where the guitar is where I was before. But yeah, I think I finally got a vibe I like. I like the background. It's solid. I like, yeah, I don't know. It feels nice. It feels even. I'll try out some different lights at some point. But with all the lights off, it's so cool. Hold on, look. Oh, man. It's got a cool backlight vibe. Ominous. I feel so creepy. I wonder if I can get both of them to do that. Let's just not give people... There. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, yeah, the light's all right. Just not a big fan. Like, if I could have a white background back there and then I can flip the light back to it to bounce soft light, that's what I would prefer. But anyway. I can't get through a Mr. Beast video. I'm not saying that I know anything because my videos aren't great, but I just can't sit through that reality TV vibe. Yeah, that's just one format of many. And so when people say I don't like Mr. Beast, it's like, well, yeah, that's okay. You're not their target audience. The fact that he's the biggest YouTuber doesn't mean that's what people have to do to get big. It's just one thing of many that people can do. Bam, 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 bam. Where's the broken play button? It's hanging up there in the corner. That corner right up there. So, like, this wall on this side is what you guys are used to seeing. Man. Yeah, we've got a lot of ideas that we're gonna do live. Honestly, I was thinking we're just gonna start tomorrow with the ideas. I'm gonna start early, so some of you probably won't be able to make it, but it's okay. We're really just using it to film videos and stuff like that. I just had to wait until I got all of this stuff set up. This took me 2 days to like move everything around. And what happened is I have this white desk that it's a standing desk, and with too much weight on it, it would always fall. And then my wife, her job, they're like moving to a different building, and they were getting rid of a bunch of desks and a bunch of monitors. And the desks were $50 each, and the monitors were $15 each. And so I'm like, I'll take two, right? There's an L-shaped desk, and then this big motherfucker here. And so having to take all my stuff down and apart and then set it up on different desks and then move them around the studio to try to see where they fit best. That's been my past like 2 to 3 days. So now I finally got it. Why'd you leak that guy's Gmail? I don't know. Fucking go email him. I don't think anybody paid attention until you said something. Let me see here. Okay, let's see. Take a look at this one. So, Giga BS, are you here? Animal Hospital. I'm a Yo content creator. I don't know if I can make them look like that. Ba bum bum ba ba bum 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 dee 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 dee. Oh, of course it's got an update. Okay, I don't see you in chat, so I am gonna move on. If you pop back in, we'll do it. We'll do the thing. The Tika Tiki. I'm picking them random. It's not skipped. Okay. The Tiki Take. More about this channel. Okay, nothing written.
This is the goal that changed one player's entire life in a single moment. Ferran Torres came off the bench for Spain in the 2026 World Cup final against Argentina, with the score locked at 0-0 deep into extra time. In the 106th minute, he found space, took his shot, and buried it into the net, giving...
Okay, so far, I'm not so sure.
You won't believe what happened to this footballer on live TV. Twice, Tom Lockyer was captain of Luton Town during the best season in the club's history. In May 2023, Luton reached the championship playoff final at...
Okay, not quite a hook. Hold on.
How did a goalkeeper become one of football's most hated players in just 90 minutes? In May 2018, Liverpool reached the Champions League final, facing Real Madrid with the goalkeeper Loris Karius. And
when you get so deep into like the game and the setup of it, that's when it loses me. But like when you're saying, how did this guy become the most hated? I'm like, okay, tell me. But then it's like, on this day, in this specific game, it was this specific quarter. I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to pay attention anymore. It feels like fluff at that point. So...
In the 49th minute, Karius collided with Real Madrid's Sergio Ramos, taking an elbow to the head. He complained to officials, but nothing...
I just don't feel like it's a human talking to me when I hear it this way, you know? In the 49th minute, I'm just like, man, the reason that I'm being so harsh about this is because AI can do it at the press of a button. And so I'm just like, what makes YouTube want this, right? It's just everybody can do this at the press of a button. And so how does this, like, where's your insight? Where's your opinions? You know, where's you in it besides the edit?
Was given. 2 minutes later, he tried to throw the ball out to his defender, and it bounced straight off Karim Benzema.
The biggest issue is that it's like the ideas probably exist on YouTube. You might be hitting a conflict radius as well, but you just started, so yeah, is what it is.
How is Crystal Palace playing in the Europa League even after being kicked out of it? Back in May 2025, Crystal Palace made history, beating Manchester City 1-0 to win their first ever major trophy, the FA Cup. That win should have sent them
So it makes me wonder, what are people searching to get this?
straight into the Europa League.
If this is
But
a search
instead,
based.
UEFA demoted them all the way down to the Conference League that July. And the reason has nothing to do with anything that happened on the pitch. The problem was ownership. John Textor, through his
Man, I just feel like I'll check out your competition. I just don't feel like there's a hook or anything. It's just like, here's a bunch of stuff. Ahmed's goal. Ahmed's goal. All right. Let's look at latest. Make sure they're still doing fine. 10K, not so much, but how much money do teams that win their Champion League qualifier get? Okay, interesting. I understand that, and I like taken from a position of somebody that's not even into this. I'm like, how much money do they make? Sure, I'm interested.
How much money do teams that win their Champions League qualifier get? So the Champions League is the biggest club competition.
I mean, I'm immediately already in.
How much money?
It's a human's voice, you know what I mean? Like, once YouTube hears that, it's like, oh, okay, there's actual effort going into this. So when you, I'm not saying that AI channels with AI voices can't win or can't make, but they have to have like a significant amount to make up for the fact that there's like no human feel behind the content, because what you're doing can be automated is the problem.
Money do teams that win their Champions League qualifier get? So the Champions League is the biggest club competition in football, and just to get into it, teams that didn't clinch an auto qualification have to survive a brutal qualifying stage where clubs battle through these playoff rounds every year, hoping to reach the league phase where 36 teams get in. But the way clubs actually get paid.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely more into it because I just feel like, okay, there's like feeling behind it. It doesn't feel as automated. Like the thing is, I don't know if this guy can just search this stuff on ChatGPT and then like read it word for word, but it doesn't feel read word for word, you know.
Players who came from nothing but made it to the very top. In one of the poorer parts of East London sits a borough called Newham, a place with high crime rates and the kind of streets that people say don't care about your reputation. That's where Ezri Konsa grew up, the middle child.
Okay. And so he built this channel up doing that, building a reputation, and now like what he posts, people see. And so it takes time to build something like this. So my recommendation is if you can get a human voice on it, that's what I would do, because it's like the one thing that's making it stand out, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what your workflow is like if you're writing this stuff or if AI is writing it for you. If AI is writing it for you, YouTube knows. If it's an AI voice, YouTube knows. Like, the more things that could be automated, the less success you're going to have. That's just how it is. I don't know for sure what is what on your channel, but that's the problem, is I can't know, because it's like it's not obvious where the human is. You know what I mean? That's the biggest issue. Okay. I was looking for, it's AI written. Well, that's one issue. All right, moving on. Didn't I already do this one last time? Skirmish. Yeah, if I've done a channel review recently, I'm probably not gonna say much more that's new, because it's the same channel. You know what I mean? What's this spike? What is this?
These are the 5 upgrades that change what I can actually do in this workshop. Some are obvious, some are almost embarrassing boring, and the biggest one...
I'm so confused. I only looked at your thumbnails because that's probably what I noticed during the channel review. A channel review can be anything. Spike, I'm not... Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Sorry. Did you not put it in the long form thing? Is that why you submitted it to this one? Or did I skip you? I did, was too late. No. Oh, I see. You were too late to... I had already moved on, is what you're saying. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at your long form. And then I'll take a look at skirmish just to see if there's anything else.
These are the 5 upgrades that change what I can actually do in this workshop. So
Why do I keep feeling like I'm skipping too far ahead?
these are the 5 upgrades that change what
Am I not hearing the first word?
These are the 5 upgrades that change what I can actually do in this workshop.
I guess the first word's missing.
Some are obvious, some are almost embarrassing boring, and the biggest one broke within about 2 hours. But first, the room itself. Upgrade 1. The floor in the last room is badly damaged. I grinded all the deep cracks away and made it ready for the next layer.
Okay, so already I got a couple things to say. First, I would never put a lower third in an intro.
These are the 5
I just like I see people doing that, and it is just like I don't even know that there's value in this video. Why would I subscribe now? And I even see like professionals saying, but before we get into that, make sure to hit subscribe. Like, I'm just like, dude, you guys, why? Like, don't do that. Just like say it after people say it later, right? If you're worried that people are going to leave before then they're not a good subscriber. Okay, anyway. In this first part that happens, I can't really hear your voice over the audio.
And the biggest one broke within about 2 hours. But first...
Well, like when you're using the machine.
The room itself. Upgrade 1. The floor in the last room is badly damaged. I grinded all the deep cracks away.
I heard the floor in the last room was badly damaged, and then whatever you said after that was like gone. And so you either need to like... You probably should just lower the volume of the grinder in the edit.
And made it ready for the next layer. And for ease of mind, I added a bunch of steel. I'm using a polymer concrete with fiber reinforcement and a super plasticizer to make sure it never cracks again. It was a bit of a messy job, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Then I used a laser and a piece of wood to check how flat the floor was. It wasn't too bad, but it had a few dips in the middle. So I primered it and made it ready for the next layer. Here I use self-leveling compound. Well, and anybody that ever used it knows that's a bit of a lie, because one thing this doesn't do is self-level. With one flat floor, I could finally treat the 3 rooms as one workshop. I added metal studs, insulation, and a sealed layer over the walls. Then came the wall panels, paint, and all the boring details. The reveal is a little bit empty, because I started moving machines in as soon as the workshop was usable. The rebuilding gave us a solid floor, but it didn't give us any more space, so the first thing we need to do is get rid of some machines. Upgrade 2. This is my cheap 80 watt laser machine. That's a bit of a problem though. It's not multifunctional enough.
This is good, man. I really like this. Like a lot. I don't really have much to say now. I like the sections that you have set out. Like the sticky notes. I think it's really good. Really, when I see... Okay, so at this point, I'm already through the intro and I'm at the second part, the second section or whatever. If I'm at the second section, I'm staying through the whole thing. Like statistically, I'm in for the long haul. Now, to get people here, you have to do 3 things. You have to nail well, 4 things. The fourth is not something I talk about a lot because I never get there, right? So for nerdy work, for you, and then somebody else, I forgot who it was. You guys are at this point. But you have to have a good thumbnail. You have to have a solid title, a good intro, and what you have. And then if you have all 3 of those, then the last thing that can make or break whether this works or not is the topic itself. And so if people just aren't generally interested in a topic, they're not going to watch. And that is out of your control. How do you know whether a topic is good enough? You don't. I'm sorry to say, but you don't. You don't know. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. 30-second percentage on this is only 54%. Average view duration is 3.5 out of what? 12 minutes? Yeah, I mean, mine is usually like 3.5 too. So, you can, don't beat yourself up about this. Like, it's one thing where it's like, to be honest, if I'm, hold on 1 second.
These are the 5 upgrades that change what I can actually do in this workshop.
Okay, so these are the 5 upgrades I can change what I can actually do in this workshop. What you can actually do in your workshop is a topic that I don't care about, right? If you tell me something that relates to me, like the hammer hack that changed my life, am I going to be able to use this hammer hack? Possibly. So I'm going to watch. I care about that more, right? But your workshop is not my workshop. I can't go and work there. So why do I give a fuck? And that's what I mean by topic. It's just one of those things, like maybe some topics will resonate and some won't. And the way that you can find topics that resonate is by looking at other people that succeed and kind of replacing their item or whatever, their niche, with yours. And that's it, right? This is just one of those things where I'm like, you upgraded your workshop. It might not be that necessarily interesting to many people, but your next thing could be about a tool that everybody uses, a project that possibly people can build or they really enjoy watching. Like, people love watching woodworking content. It's like half, some people vicariously living through the person making stuff, and then the other people are woodworkers. 2K in 10 days is not bad, but it's like it's a rough topic, I'd say. That's probably the biggest issue. Look, I use Claude AI to hack my workshop power grid. Can I do that? Maybe. I'm going to watch to find out. 53,000 views, right? Your workshop is not my workshop. It's like, yeah, that's the biggest issue. And so it is what it is, right? You made it. Don't dwell on it. It's fine. Like, if I were to watch, like I said, if I got to the second segment, then I'm in. But you said most people dropped off, and yeah, that's unfortunate. But that's the game. We don't really know for a fact until we put it out, and that's why I say don't dwell. Always move on to the next thing, because if you can make this quality of content, then your focus needs to be on quantity now. And sacrifice 20% of quality to up your quantity. 80-20 rule, baby. Yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, okay. What is this one? Excuse me. Oh, wait, hold on. I said I'd go back to skirmish. Let me take a look real quick. Okay, so no thumbnails. I forced AI to 100% cookie clicker and this happened. Let's take a look.
What's happening? I fucking got wait. This is insane.
Cookie clicker has.
I got what?
What's happening? I fucking got wait. This is insane.
Cookie clicker has over 600 achievements.
My biggest issue with this is I don't even know what I'm being curious about. Like, is this something that you guys recognize, or is this blurred?
What's happening?
Everything seems blurred, and then like most of the words were censored, so I don't know. You're saying later in the video, I don't even know what you're showing.
I fucking got wait.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's I'm totally lost there.
This is insane. Cookie Clicker has over 600 achievements. Some people spend months or years trying to 100% it, so obviously I did the responsible thing and forced AI to do it for me. And before we begin,
Like, now I get it. Now I understand. But that beginning, I was like, I don't know.
the rules. I cannot interact with the game at all, so that means I can't click the cookie, buy upgrades, or do anything at all. I don't have to get the shadow achievements. Those were the only 2 rules, so let's start coding. I mean prompting. To start off, I opened Claude and just told it to build a Python.
Okay, let me back out. Let me see what topics resonate in this channel. Cookie Clitter can technically be beaten in 3 oh yeah, because that's what resonates with people. They're like, I want to learn how to do that. Okay, yeah, I remember talking about that. Man, I feel like I'm just gonna say the same stuff. When I looked at it last time, I'm like, all right, well, this is what resonates with people. Yeah, I'm saying the same stuff. So I'm sorry. There's not much more I can say until you put out more stuff. I forced AI to 100% Cookie Clicker and this happened. And so, like, if that resonates, then cool. But, like, I like what you did with the topic. I forced AI, right? That's, like, a really popular thing that a lot of people do in their... it's like a popular format, right? And so you tried that. It's got 2.5K views. And it's like, okay, all right. Let that sit. Let that simmer and move on to the next one. Everything... You got the secret ending. So I don't know and I don't know much about Cookie Clicker, but it's like, if that's what this is that happened, then people know what happened. And so they might not click. They're like, oh, but I assume that there's more to the story, and I feel like they would do that too. So it seems like you're on the right track. Yeah, it's tough. I can really only look at 3 and judge by it. This one, people want to know how to beat it in 3 clicks. This one, maybe people want to know how to do that with AI, but any more than that, I can't really help until I see like more content. So my advice is just to find more popular formats similar to this one. Maybe not always AI, but more popular formats and like gaming. Go look at gaming niches, see what they do, and then do that in Cookie Clicker. I feel like I said that last time. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have much else to add to that. A coin is controlling me for 24 hours.
Coin flip today will decide everything I do. It's currently 7:17 a.m. I just woke up. I haven't done anything, and
I think the biggest issue with this is I don't know you, and so I don't care. Just like most people, right? A coin is, if Mr. B said a coin is controlling me for 24 hours, people care. He's famous, right? That's the problem. Or that's the positive thing for him. But for you, it's like, dude, and it's not, if I did it, no one would care either. Like, that's just, it is what it is. So like, you need to make content that resonate with people, that like, that they actually care about. And so I created a new world. Doesn't quite how, you know what I mean? Like, is it in Blender? Because then people that search for Blender might be interested in that. I created an alien influencer. Tell me, when you say that, I created an alien influencer that got millions of subscribers or got millions of followers. Now people want to know how that happened, but just anybody could do that. Like, I could draw a picture and say I created a paper influencer. You know what I mean? Like, there just needs to be a little more value pitch in like what you're showing YouTube. AI harshly judges my life choices. It's more like, I feel like, yeah, okay, that's more about you again. I ranked different afterlife theories. That one's the same issue because like, who are you to rank it? You know what I mean? Like, it's there are some formats that you kind of have to be big for them to work. So like, I created an alien influencer that got 100,000 followers. It has like, the value is in there, right? You're like showing people how you did this thing, and you don't have to be famous for that to work because you weren't the star of the show. And then when you grow, you can start to be the star of the show. I ranked this, you know, that sort of stuff. It's a little more tough. when you just get started. Yeah, and that's the same, like, this is my first video. So, for yours, here's, yeah, dude, you're trying, yeah, you're doing more than most people, for sure. For yours, like, you're doing kind of, it looks sort of like you're doing challenges, but also you're just kind of experimenting. And so, the best choice that you can make right now is to kind of, like, just look at YouTube as a whole and see what you like to watch, right? Observe what you like to watch, and then, like, say you click on a video, look at the title of that video. What does it say? And then can you replace, like, for instance, here, let me just do it. Let's do it together. I don't really know if this is going to work. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work for this specific channel because I'm way too invested into YouTube content. One moment. Probably the same issue here, but this is bad. I guess I have to go and look at one of the new channels to see, like, more novel ideas. Okay. For instance, 7 purchases that instantly improved my ADHD, worth every penny. And so, like, let's say you watch that content. It doesn't have to be 7. It could be 3, right? It doesn't have to be purchases. It could be games. 3 games that instantly made my year better. I don't know, something along those lines. When you see, like, I took a little creative initiative right there at the end, but, like, 3 purchases that improved my mood, or mood isn't strong enough. 3 purchases that instantly improved my sleep. You could, all I'm doing is saying, like, take what works and then replace it with the words that you're interested in. 3 foods that made me taller. Like, I don't know, like, improved my ADHD is just something like improved my life. And so whatever that is. The invisible vlog setup for shy people. That's interesting. Vlog setup. So that's more like a tool of some sort. The invisible is something you can't see. The invisible, I don't know how you'd replace that one, to be honest with you. The best tool for shy people. These are, like, more teaching. Let's see what else we can find. It sucks when, like, all these are specific to people already having to be big, you know what I mean? Like, the issue is I don't really know what your niche is because you're still experimenting. And so I can't just go search for that niche. I'm just kind of finding randoms. Exposing a scam everyone seems to fall for. That's really strong. Anyway, I hope that you understand a little bit, like, finding titles that make sense and then you just replace it with whatever you're doing. That's, like, the first step to finding really good ideas that make people curious. Yeah, that would be my, like, anything that I tell you more will be over teaching. So I would start there and, like, really observe what you like to watch on YouTube, and that'll lead you directly in the right way. For sure. Okay. You got this. You got this. Okay, I gotta go. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize what time it was. I will catch you tomorrow, probably early. We've got some stuff to film. It's gonna be super fun. And then we're gonna reach out to some famous people, see if we can get their attention. Till then!